All right, Frag fam, we're going to try this video one more time. And did it the other day, and the lights went out on us, and was in the middle of a snowstorm. And so, anyways, these are my top 10 favorite purchases of 2021. Top 10 favorite purchases from 2021, and these are not all 2021 fragrances, but some of them are. But these are just the fragrances that I purchased in 2021 that I like the most. So I'm going to start with two alternatives. I don't normally do alternatives, but I had so many good ones that I got this past year that I wanted to include a couple of them here. We'll start with an alternative from Alternative Fragrances, and this is Alt Fragrances number 22, Corsair, which is their version of Creed Viking. I will never purchase. I never say never. I don't intend on ever purchasing a Creed fragrance because after looking into their history and their claims, I'm pretty positive most of it is false. It's just lies, trying to make them sound like they're this ancient fragrance company when they're actually probably started in the early 80s. But I will buy clones of their better fragrances, and this is a good one here. Creed Viking smells really close to the real thing, and for the price, when you consider Creed Viking is $300 to $400, and that fragrance is $40. It's not even comparable in my mind. Another alternate for the year from the House of Versace, Pour Homme line, Oud Noir. Fruity on the top. It's actually citruses, but it comes across a little fruity. And then just that good, strong, woody oud. Again, it's a sweeter oud, so it's not an animalic or a barnyardy oud. And so I really liked it. So let me get these out of the way. These are just alternates. And we'll get in the top 10. Number 10 spot from House of Davidoff, Cool Water, Parfum. So this is the fragrance that is similar to Dior Sauvage. And actually, to me, what it smells like is a cross between John Varvatos Artisan Blue with a little bit of that Ambroxy fizzy Sauvage in the background. And so it's a great warm weather blue fragrance. If you don't have it and you like that style, that's a nice one to pick up. It's a good just office scent, easy reach, clean smelling. Put it on. Does a lot of different things. All right, let's go to number 9 from the House of Missoni. This is their Pour Homme, and Pour Homme to me smells like a mixture of two different Chanel fragrances. The quality on this Missoni fragrance is top notch for a designer. It's not synthetic-y. It smells very high quality. In fact, it smells like it was made by Chanel. It smells like it opens up like Bleu de Chanel, and then it dries down like Platinum Egoist. So it's a good mixture of a fresh, clean blue that dries down to a little bit greener, mossier, like Platinum Egoist. So it's a very good one. You can pick that one up for about $35 most of the time. All right, the number 8 spot, we're going to go with Mercedes Club Black. This is it's a sweet amber fragrance. It's dark, it's resinous, it's sweet. It's tonka, it's vanilla. There's some subtle spices there with a little, seems like maybe nutmeg or something in that category. Comes across like a real rich, supple leather. But mainly it's just the amber, the resins, and the sweet tonka vanilla. It's in the ballpark of fragrances like Spice Bomb Extreme, not near as spicy, a little bit sweeter. And so that's a good cold weather fragrance, and it's a cheapie as well. Sometimes hard to find, but not most of the time. You can pick it up. All right, in the number 7 spot from the house of Ralph Lauren. This is Ralph's Club, and it was a 2021 release, as well as Cool Water Parfum. And this fragrance smells like a grown-up, more sophisticated version of Invictus Aqua or Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. If you took Mont Blanc Legend Spirit and you added you amped up the woodiness, you amped up the spiciness, you just kind of classed it up a little bit. That's what I get from Ralph's Club. So if it doesn't have where Invictus Aqua obviously leans aquatic. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit tones down the aquatic nature a little bit. It's a little more musky, a little more white musk. This amps up the woods and the spices. And so it's a really good smelling fragrance. If you haven't tried it, you ought to try, and you like those, you ought to try Ralph's Club. All right, the number 6 spot from the house of Issey Miyake, L'Eau d'Issey pour Homme Sport. And I picked this one up because I really love the original, but it's, as I've said before, it's just a little too soft for me. I call it a little too feminine, honestly. Masculine and feminine are still qualities in perfumery. You may not want to classify them that way. That's okay if you don't. But this one does not smell soft, floral, feminine in the least. It is woodier. It is spicier. It's kind of like you took that beautiful DNA of L'Eau d'Issey pour Homme, which is one of the best. It is, what I believe probably sparked Acquadigio and several other lines. But it just really amps up the woods and the spices and the freshness. It's a little more shower jelly, but it's definitely not like a blue straight shower gel scent. There's a lot more going on there, and that's really, really a nice fragrance. All right, and the number, let's see, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, number 5 spot, sorry. This is a clone fragrance from the house of Just Jack 1691, which is made by Armoth, and this is Ombre Suede, which is obviously their version of Ombre Leather. And this is a very leathery fragrance. The leather here is a rougher suede. Obviously, it's Ombre Suede. So if you think about suede leather, it's the rougher side. It's the opposite side of the soft, supple side. And so it's got more of a raw, more of a tough leather scent to it. And this is a very masculine fragrance. It's, again, this one's fruity on the top. It's not real citrus heavy. To me, it just comes across a little sweet, a little fruity, and then a bunch of leather. So very rough and rugged fragrance, and smells very good. To me, it stands on its own. You may not think it's a great clone of Ombre Leather, but whether it is or whether it's not, it's a great fragrance all on its own. All right, the number 4 spot. And boy, I tell you, these top 4 were really hard to put in order. I'm going to go with Spice Bomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. Picked this up off of from a great fragrance lover at one of the Facebook sites. Seems like it might have been Ashton at Gent Scents fragrance group. But Spice Bomb Extreme, you've seen reviews on it, I'm sure. Sweet, spicy, got this grenade look for a reason. It is a bomb of spices. Resinous, little leather. In the background, it's supple, it's smooth. It's Christmassy. There's nutmeg and cinnamon in there and the spices. It's like a very spicy version of Club Black. So if you don't like the spiciness and Spice Bomb Extreme, but you like the overall aroma and smell, you'll probably like this. If you're like me and this is just a little too mild for you, I definitely prefer this one. So Spice Bomb Extreme. Number 4 fragrance buy of the year. Let me adjust the camera a little bit here. I've got more room than I typically do. I don't know if I've got it zoomed out or what, but we'll spread those out a little bit. All right, let's go with the number 3 spot. And this may be one of my more worn ones, but just overall love. I'm gonna put it at the 3 spot. And this is from Alexandria. It is Et Sauvage Elixir. So another clone here. And that is, we did one alternate. And so there's 2 clones in my top 10 favorite list of the year. And this is spot on. It's probably 99% accurate of Dior's Sauvage Elixir. Except for, and it's an extrait de parfum. I got 100 ml for less than $90 with a discount code. I think it wound up being around 80 maybe, where you're going to pay $155 for 50 ml. Or, let's see, no, it's that's a 2 ounce, so that is maybe 60 ml, something like that. Anyways, a lot better value. It's super long lasting. It's got a little bit of the original Dior Sauvage DNA way back in the background. It's got a huge lavender note, huge woods, huge spices. It's a little bit sweet. It's really rich. It's like you took Sauvage and you mix it with like Parfums de Molly Layton, and you put some beautiful lavender in there and just turned everything up to 11 like your Spinal Tap and Sauvage Elixir. And this from Alexandria is just spot on. And so I don't recommend, if money and value matters to you, I recommend that over Dior Sauvage. Number 2 spot. Still going back and forth over these 2, but I'm gonna put them in here because of which one I've reached for. I think I like them both equal, but I wear one more than the other. So at the number 2 spot, Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. This is high quality. Definitely, this is a niche quality, niche brand. Even though Zaharoff, George and his mother started off as a fashion designer. This is just super high quality. Resinous. There's just so many different notes here, and I haven't looked over them in a while. I've got full reviews on this one, but I know there's frankincense, there's myrrh, there's woods, there's spices. Seems like there may be some vetiver. There's just about everything in the apothecary in this one. And it is just so classy. It smells, it just smells so good, number one. It's weird. It doesn't smell like any other modern thing on the market. It doesn't smell like anything you've ever smelled modern in a designer. But it also doesn't smell old and outdated or anything like that. There's nothing in this that screams old man or anything like that. It just screams class, and it screams excellence and beauty, and it's loud and it's projecting, yet it's also soft. It's not harsh, and in your face. So if you've not smelled that yet, you've got to try it out. So at the number 1 spot, because I think all things being equal from these Zaharoff and this one, I do wear this one a little more. It is a little more easy to wear. From the house of Guerlain, their L'Homme Ideal line, this is Extreme. And now I love the original. The original gets hate from some reviewers. The EDT is one of my favorites. I prefer it to the Eau de Parfum. Although the Eau de Parfum is growing on me, the EDP is the beloved one from this line in the fragrance community. But I'll say this one, the Extreme version, it takes the great qualities of the original. The original DNA is there. That sweet almond, that great almond, the best almond note in perfumery, I think. It adds the cherry from the EDP, even though I don't even think that's listed, but you can definitely smell the sweet cherry in it. It's got the spices there from the Intense, and it adds a fig note. And so it's sweet, it's leathery, it's spicy, it's almonds and figs, and it is exquisite. If you can find a bottle, I got mine on Donatella Perfumes for $40. You can't, it's out of, it's sold out now. So it just comes and it goes. If you can find it, get it, because it's absolutely great. That's my number 1 fragrance purchase from 2021, although this is a close second. All right, guys. Proverbs 27:9 fragrances. If you made it this far in the video, you're awesome. Make sure you like, leave a comment, let me know what your top 10 are. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because that's what helps us out the most. All right, till we see you down the road, God bless. Frag on, Frag fam.